Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Doing Better with Bree. It's your girl Bree, and baby, we have some things to talk about. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. I am a new creator on this platform, and at this point, I'm just trying to get to my 100 subscribers, and that would be highly appreciated. So help me reach my goal. Go ahead and hit subscribe now. Thank you guys so much, and let's get into the show. So today we have a few different things that I wanted to discuss. So much has happened in America in these last couple of days. I'm honestly overstimulated and I don't know where to begin. A few things have transpired since Charlie Kirk's unaliving. The last time I talked to you guys, I said that I was completely in shock. I do not promote violence and that I would be back with another update. It had just happened and I felt like the revolution has just begun and was being televised, and I still very much feel that way. At this time, we've had a few things take place. We've heard from Charlie Kirk's wife. A lot of people didn't even know who she was or what she looked like. But now they do. And two things happened. She took to social media to show us him in his casket with his red tie, praying over him and worshiping his hands. Some people felt like that was too damn much, and other people felt like they empathized with her in that moment. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments. Another thing was she went on his platform on YouTube, and if I'm going to sum it all up, I felt kind of threatened. I'm just going to be honest. It was like, girl, what? She let us know in her speech, and you guys got to go over there and watch it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and dissect the whole thing. There are a lot of theories on TikTok. Definitely, if you want to, you can go over there. But I'm just going to sum it up for you in like regular, like mind processing for my girlies. That lady damn sure did threaten us. She let us know like it's up when it come to her man. She ain't like or appreciate none of that. She said her war cry will be heard from every part of the world. Everybody's gonna know about her husband's name. She said, we ain't stopped no motion. The show gonna keep going on. What else? That pretty much like she's not having it, and that all of the conferences that he had booked or scheduled, they still gonna take place. They're gonna be even bigger and better. And all they did was turn her man into a martyr and push more people to want to join his campaign. And I don't know if that's true or not. The world is completely divided at this point. But yeah, she looked us stone cold in the camera like, yeah, it's up. So she say it's up by her man. I don't know what that means. Folks started losing their jobs. They had so much to say when it came to this man's unaliving, and none of it was good. A lot of people were out here just spewing out hate and negative energy into the universe. And so guess what? It came right back to bite half of them in the ass. So yes, people from doctors to military to NFL, teachers, and anybody in between, they have started losing their jobs, and more are losing their jobs every hour on the hour since Charlie's unaliving. A lot of people love to go to TikTok and express their feelings, and a lot of it is just unnecessary to say. Most of these people out here having something to say didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was. I'm gonna be honest, unless you were really into politics like that, a lot of stuff is catered to what you like to watch and is in your algorithm. And I know half of these fools was not even into politics, let alone listening to the stuff this man had to say. It was only certain people like myself and a few others that actually knew who he was. I knew who he was through Candace Owens. I watched Candace Owens, still watch Candace Owens. I try and catch up with whatever she has going on. I think she's an excellent and amazing reporter. I think her skills and what she's doing is top tier. So yes, and I know that her and him came up together politically. I've caught a few of his things, but never enough to feel like, oh, he gotta go. Y'all, it's crazy. And people are actually out here saying it. Like, he can go, his kids can go. People with positions and power. And we all know that people have biases. They do. It just is what it is. And I don't need nobody that has that strong of a bias to be doing any type of operation of anything on me or around me, because I don't like that. We need to remain neutral. If you don't really have nothing good to say, just remain neutral and don't say nothing at all. That's very much possible. But it was either like you had empathy or lacked none. And a lot of people were saying, oh, well, he didn't care. I don't care. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. If you're truly a good person and a Christian, you understand what forgiveness is. You understand what forgiveness looks like. You understand that even if Charlie was a young man, even if he went out here spewing all this negative energy and hate into the world, someone could have took a hold of him, his family, and changed their entire trajectory. They could have changed their entire mindset. Mindsets can be changed, and I will always preach that. You might start out one way and then develop a completely different character because you put in the work, because you no longer want to be the way that you were, because your values have changed and become better. It is what it is. But unfortunately, they didn't give Charlie that option. And so for all the people that had something negative to say and they had day jobs, a lot of them no longer have an income. They no longer have income. This is also happening for students. There was a Black girl, and she decided to go out here and troll some of the Charlie mourners and felt like she wanted to throw around some bad words, and even in the picture she looked like she don't give a damn, and obviously she don't. So yeah, she got let go, like she got arrested and expelled from the school. I do believe she got expelled. Yeah, that's sad, because she, you know what she could have did? She could have just shut up and took her ass home, took her ass back to the dorm, and she would still be in school. Now it's gonna be hard for her to get into another school, because a lot of schools and a lot of jobs, what people don't realize is they have a code of conduct. And when it gets down to it, if you know anybody who's worked in HR like I have for 10 years, baby, you signed this code of conduct. You still need to operate yourself a certain way, no matter what happens in this world. We cannot have that strong of biases. We do not talk about political things in the office. A lot of people sign that. They don't pay attention to it. They do not promote any type of violence or gun violence in or outside of the office. That be in them code. There's a whole, like, whatever company you work for, they have their own code of conduct, things that they're willing to deal with, things that they are willing to allow you to stand. Like, you have to stand for certain things to work for certain companies or certain places. And when it all got down to it, they were upset, saying, what about my freedom of speech? I said, oh no, baby, they don't want to hear that. Y'all silenced him. Y'all didn't care about his freedom of speech. And you're laughing and glad about it. On top of that, the way that he went out was nothing to laugh about or talk bad about. Like, at all. And you decided to speak on it? Baby, this goes against our code of conduct. You have to go. We don't promote any type of violence in this company. None whatsoever. We don't even play them type of games. And they were getting let the fuck go. And they was mad. Now they lost their income. But hopefully they video went viral enough to get their little $300-$400 from that TikTok video. Because they damn sure gonna fucking need it. He cut this man's head off in front of his wife and his child. In real life. There was an illegal immigrant who worked for a Indian man who had a small chain motel, I'm not sure which one, and he was telling him to do certain chores at the job. I guess he had had enough, decided to go to his car, get the machete, chase the man down, hacking at him multiple times, ultimately hacked at his head, took his head, rolled it on the side, picked it up and put it in the dumpster. All of this in front of this man's child and wife. Ooh, baby, it's just too much. And she tried to stop it. The child couldn't stop it. She didn't have a big pum to stop it. She probably never even seen any type of violence like this in her everyday life at all. And she just didn't know what to do, and she couldn't save her husband at that point, and it's so unfortunate. The man turned out, like I said, to be an illegal immigrant. Trump is going to have a field day if he decides to pick this up. And people are saying this is all the more reason that Trump needs to continue with his plan at this point of rounding up these, illegal migrants. And I honestly feel the same way. Round them up. I'm sorry for anybody that might feel some type of way about it, but I stand on what I stand on. If you don't like it, that's you. But the illegal ones that are doing bad things, they need to be out here, because they did release their prisons just into America. They just released them. They did. And they didn't want to deal with them anymore. And so they are out here doing terrible things like this. And he probably hired this man because the labor was cheap and maybe exploited him a little bit for the fact that he might have been illegal. We don't know. I'm not saying that's what he did, but the man had a job, and I'm trying to figure out with what paperwork. And I'm sure it didn't pay a lot because it was a smaller chain motel. I'm just putting context clues together. But we don't know what was said between them to make him want to do something like that. And we will never probably honestly know. But whatever it wasn't worth any of that going down whatsoever. And I'm praying that the family can get the support that they need from their neighbors and people that are around them, because that whole entire situation is just completely unfortunate. But I might check back in to see what's going on with this one, to see if he gets deported or if they decide to keep him. We'll see, because some violent criminals, Trump is keeping them. He's locking them away just to make sure that they don't get out again. And then other ones are just sending back to their home country. And I'm not sure what they're going to do here in this particular situation, but maybe we'll check back in and see what happens. I'll let you guys know. Remind me if you want to in the comments. They want us to believe that this black man decided to hang himself from the campus tree, that he chose to unalive himself, and that he chose that way in particular to unalive himself. A lot of black people, we just decided together we don't believe it, and we want a further investigation. And at this time, it looks like there is one, happening. Also, there's been a call to action by the locals to look into this further. And for the black other students that are on that campus, watch over your back. Don't do too much talking to certain people. And somebody saw something, and so we're gonna need y'all to do a campus investigation. Yep, y'all need to get together and figure out what happened to this black man, because baby, no. And Memphis just never sat right with a lot of us black people. That's just one of the places like I just never want to drive through, kind of go through, kind of be in. And I know the people from the SIP, they love the SIP, but you got to be from the SIP to love the SIP. The rest of us, it just put a bad taste in a lot of our mouths, and for obvious reasons, okay? But yes, they want us to believe that this young college man decided to do that. And I don't believe that, because he would have known the message that would send to black people. He would know that it would hurt us a lot, the trauma, the sadness, his family. And his family does not believe that he would do anything to himself. And they damn sure is questioning stuff, because they're saying that he had bruises on his body and broken bones. And so like how he had broken bones and still could get up there and hang himself in that tree. They ain't got an answer yet. Get these people the answers that they need immediately. Immediately get the answers. Black students that's there, watch your back. That's pretty much all I have to say about that one. This man is such a disappointment to me, because baby, why would you even do something like this? Nick Cannon decided that he wanted to go out here and have 6 baby mamas and 12 kids, saying that he could afford it, and duh, we know that you can. But it's the other shit that comes along with having all 12 of those kids and 6 different baby mamas with multiple different personalities. Your phone is never not ringing. Your assistant is having to filter through calls based off of emergencies, and you can't have no peace living like that. There's no peace in that. And he pretty much said that, he kind of regrets choosing this lifestyle. And no matter what, no matter how much money he has, at some point he's going to slow down. The money always slows down, and you have to start thinking about retirement. And it's coming for him. It's coming. No matter what he buys, what he invests in, he has to think about retirement. And during his retirement, the money's going to slow down. And I promise you, his money's going to, shrivel up quicker than the other rich men. I'll tell you that much. And he's going to have to start prioritizing certain stuff. These kids don't live a regular life. They don't have regular kid expenses. They have rich kid expenses. So yes, it is very expensive. If you could imagine what you would do with all that money on spoiling one kid, he's got to do that multiple times. Not only spoil the kids, he's spoiling the mothers. Why do I say he's spoiling the mothers? Because at this point, most of the women just want some money. And you have to appease them just to keep them from blowing your phone up. And whatever you do is just temporary. You just bought her this. She's cool for a week. That one's not going to call you for a couple of days. She's going to be back calling you for something else. It never stops. It never ends until the children are of a certain age. And then you just call the children directly, so that it just transfers. The calls just go from the mama to the child, and child blowing up your phone. And you start wondering, do your child even really love you, or do they see you as a bank account? And probably a bank account, because there's no way that you can be in all 12 kids' faces. You would have to work with the mothers who would have to all be on board with making sure that you all get you get all of your kids at one time so that they can all bond together at one time. That would take a lot of pull, and there's always going to be one that just really don't like the situation. She really thought about it and was like, I can't even believe I signed up for this for some money. I can't believe that I signed up for this. There's always one. And you know why? Because somebody's going to throw it in her face like, girl, whatever. Like, you're one of such and such amount of baby mamas. Like, you were never going to live a trad wife life. And even if that's not what you want, a lot of women don't want the trad wife life, but a lot of women secretly do. They are just scared to have it because of the damage that men have done. Men have done a lot of damage out here. They get these women comfortable, living these comfortable lifestyles. They provide, they do all this. And then when they wake up one day, they'll snatch it from under you and say, I'm sick of it with you. I want to do it with somebody else. And that's what they do. They just trade her in for the newest model and they repeat the same process. And so a woman can never get comfortable like that, because what happens to those women that were wives and have kids and now they don't have the partner, the husband to provide? They have to figure it out themselves. I.e. comes the boss bitch era. Now we've got a whole bunch of boss bitches that don't ever want to be trad wives and who will preach unto the young woman to never do it. And then we have a whole bunch of young women who are finding it out too. They're getting divorced earlier and earlier these times. These marriages ain't making it past 2 years half the time. And then there's children involved who don't want to come home to a good man who provide and love you and take care of you and treat you nice. Don't switch up on you, or your feelings don't switch up on him. Only so many people get that. Some girls, they just know for a fact they crazy ass ain't never gonna get that. So they rather just go ahead and just settle for money. After a couple of shopping sprees, all of that, this whole lifestyle, that lifestyle get old. And they want a man that's gonna love them and treat them. But being just a baby mama to someone that famous can put you in a situation where nobody takes you seriously because they don't want to follow up behind somebody like that. And so that keeps a lot of women who choose that lifestyle single. They be baby mamas forever. Like, they be career baby mamas. They gonna be at all his events that he throw in the building. They got them a little yeah that they might sleep with on the side or whatever. But they'll never be married. Nobody never wants to attach themselves to that. You know, they've even talked about how hard it is to get someone to follow up behind certain men. It just is what it is. So I don't recommend this lifestyle. I'm not surprised that he is finally sick and tired of it. It's gonna get way worse. It's gonna get to the point where, like, they don't communicate for a while. And they're gonna be starting trying to blow up his phone. He's gonna get older. He's gonna want to be more into his piece. He's gonna be trying to figure out a way to navigate through all these different women and personalities. A lot of men can't deal with one woman, let alone 6 different personalities on a consistent basis, because you've attached yourself to that person permanently. It's different to be able to cut a woman off that you have no ties to and be able to go on for months and not deal with them. But to have somebody that you know that you're gonna have to deal with, it can make you really upset and not want to deal with shit no more. Like, I can believe it. Everybody gets sick of their baby mama or baby daddy at some point. Ooh, child, everybody gets sick of them. And then you got to explain to your new flame while your phone ringing off the hook constantly. Baby, don't ask me such a stupid question like that. You know I got 6 baby mamas. You can keep that lifestyle. You can keep it. But y'all, there's just so much going on in the world. And through all of this, I really just tell you guys to do 1% better a day. Get your bag and stay out the way. Stay out of all this drama. Stay away from all the BS. Get you somebody that really care about you, really love you, and duck off if you can. And if love just does not work for your lifestyle at that point in your life, know that. And just chase whatever makes you happy. Because trying to fit in, trying to be too one way without being able to ebb and flow like water, with, being just a negative person, dealing with negative mindsets and negative people, it is draining. It is draining. And you don't want to put yourself in situations like that. And you do need to be a person that's willing to grow and elevate. And one day at a time, you got to do better than you did the day before and better than you did the day before that. And that's character development. That's you development. And no matter what this crazy ass world goes through, be genuine and true to you. Think twice before you do. Sit on stuff for a little while. Calculate stuff. If it take you time to come up with an answer, don't immediately just respond to everything so quickly. I'm having to learn that myself. Sometimes I have to get back with people with a response because, baby, I can't even process that, and I might say something that I don't even mean or make a decision that I really don't even want to do. Once you know that about yourself, life is a lot easier to maneuver because you just thinking twice before you do. You thinking twice before you do. And you making decisions that are only going to benefit you and the ones directly surrounded by you. If it don't benefit you, it's hindering you. But you guys, I am getting ready to upload a new video for my caffeine and conversations where I go around to different coffee shops this fall, trying out all of their pumpkin spice lattes, apple cider this, cute shit that, fur boots, oversized hoodies. I love it. I love fall. And I'm gonna be outside going to coffee shops and getting some good content, having the deep conversations with people, letting you guys respond in my comments, and just going back and forth and just seeing where people's mindsets and seeing where we stand on certain things that are happening and things that come across our FYP, baby. If you don't already follow me on TikTok, you need to follow me on TikTok, okay? And Instagram. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace.